Namaste, angels. This is the weekly general reading for the period of Sunday, October 14th through Saturday, October 20th. The day on which I'm doing this reading is Thursday, October 11th. It's currently 5:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm only mentioning that because today, again, the day on which I'm doing this reading, the moon is currently in Scorpio. It entered Scorpio the day prior on the 10th, which was an 11/11, by the way. It was 1/1. And then the year 2018 equals 1/1 or 2. So it was 11/11. On that day at 4:09 a.m., which also equals 13:04 or 11/11, the moon entered Scorpio. Today, it remains in Scorpio, the 11th, and tomorrow, the 12th, at 9:53 a.m., it enters Sagittarius. On the 14th, the first day for which this reading is, it at 7:17 p.m. enters Capricorn. Now, I'm mentioning that, and I don't usually, but I'm mentioning it because it all rushed through my mind as I was shuffling these cards. And when I use them, we'll begin with the wheel, which represents the planet Jupiter in the sign of Sagittarius, which rules it, again, where we go tomorrow. But it's also connected to the fixed signs like Scorpio, where we are today, as well as Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus. And with the other deck, the King of Spring, who's the King of Wands, or some people might say staves. So the cards, where the moon will be, and Psalm 23, all sort of in my head at the same time, and showing me their connections, particularly the part, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll feel no evil. Okay, Scorpio, again, death, rebirth, fear no evil, not even the devil, perhaps. Capricorn, where we're on our way to. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. That's the King of Wands, or Sagittarius, where we'll be there tomorrow. And he mentions King David, whose psalm this is, thy rod and thy staff. So that's two. That's two. People walk like, when they walk like this with the two canes. But, you know, it's the two of staves, or two of wands, or two of rods, or two of fire, however you want to call it, which represents divine unions in the tarot. So all of that raced through my head. It might not make sense to you now. I can't even say that it completely makes sense to me yet, but I wanted to mention it going into the reading because we never know what might show up connected to that. Everything that happens from the time that I'm like preparing for the reading, shuffling and stuff, to me is part of the reading. So wanted to let you guys know. Other stuff that we're going to talk about this week on the Christian calendar is one item, and that is on the 18th, October 18th. So next Thursday will be the feast of Saint Luke the Evangelist, also, of course, one of the apostles. On the Hebrew calendar, there's nothing. Yesterday was the first day of the month of Heshvan, which I talked about last week, for this year, the year 5779 on the Hebrew calendar. And the month of Heshvan is about us finding time and ways to just be as individuals, right? To just, and basically it's appreciating life and living rather than doing and working, particularly for, you know, others, that in ways that's not nurturing to yourself. We're supposed to find that time this month to be nurturing to ourselves and to just be, to just exist, to just appreciate having woken up in the morning. So actually, my Facebook page, I had asked what people would be doing, and, you know, just to see. And there's some interesting comments of different things that people are going to be doing. One person said she was going to go to a spa hotel and spend the night, you know, so I guess getting pampered and stuff. One was going to order a lot of, you know, take out food for delivery. I guess not cook, not put energy into that and enjoy something that she likes to eat. I said I might crochet if I can find the time, because recently, sort of randomly, my kids were going to Michael's, and I said, do me a favor, buy me a new crochet needle and some yarn. So that was random, and so maybe I'll do that. So just to put that out there for you guys too, to remember to come up with ways that you can be this month and get that in for yourself. So that's it on the Jewish calendar. Nothing on the Islamic calendar either. But there is something that was supposed to happen on October 19th, and I can't remember for the life of me what it is or what it was. I'm like, was it somebody's birthday? Because I tend to remember dates and stuff, even of people, of strangers, even of historical dates and stuff. It's one of my, gifts. As strange as it is, I tend to remember these things. So-and-so was born on this day, so-and-so died on that day, and this happened on this, all that kind of stuff. But I can't remember for the life of me what October 19th was perhaps supposed to be. I know I have a couple of friends with that birthday, particularly friend Frank I used to work with, attended my wedding and stuff. We were pretty cool, pretty close. His birthday was October 19th, but I can't think. So, I don't know. Something may come up with that, too, that we were supposed to know. And if I'm the one who recalls, maybe I'll do some sort of short video live or something. I don't know. We'll see. So that's it, really, as far as the theological or spiritual events. And then on the celestial calendar for this week, we have nothing as well. The last major event, there's always going to be some transits and stuff, and you can find those out from your, astrologers if you're interested, your astrologer of choice. I usually just talk about the huge transits. And the last one was October 9th, 2 days ago at 8:40 p.m., at least here in Eastern Standard Time, when Mercury entered Scorpio. And there is not another until October 23rd at 7:22 a.m. when the sun enters Scorpio. So that'll be for next week. So on that note, I'm just going to read to you guys about St. Luke, and then we'll get on to the cards. So I'm going to go to www.franciscanmedia.org, St. Luke's story. Luke wrote one of the major portions of the New Testament, a 2-volume work comprising of the third gospel and the Acts of the Apostles. In the 2 books, he shows the parallel between the life of Christ and that of the church. He is the only Gentile Christian among the gospel writers. Tradition holds him to be a native of Antioch, and Paul calls him our beloved physician. So maybe he was some sort of doctor. His gospel was probably written between the years 70 and 85 AD. Luke appears in Acts during Paul's second journey, remains at Philippi for several years, and until Paul returns from his third journey, accompanies Paul to Jerusalem, and remains near him when he is imprisoned in Caesarea. During these 2 years, Luke had time to seek information and to interview persons who had known Jesus. He accompanied Paul on the dangerous journey to Rome, where he was a faithful companion. Luke's unique character may be best seen by the emphasis of his gospel, which has been given a number of subtitles: the gospel of mercy, the gospel of universal salvation, the gospel of the poor, the gospel of absolute renunciation, the gospel of prayer and the Holy Spirit, and the gospel of joy. Luke wrote as a Gentile for Gentile Christians. His gospel and Acts of the Apostles reveal his expertise in classic Greek style, as well as his knowledge of Jewish sources. There is a warmth to Luke's writing that sets it apart from that of other synoptic gospels, and yet it beautifully complements those works. The treasure of the scriptures is a true gift of the Holy Spirit to the church. St. Luke is the patron saint of artists and painters, brewers, butchers, notaries, physicians, and surgeons. On that note, did you hear the ambulance go bing? Oh, I can't mimic there it is. Sirens. As soon as I mentioned the physician and surgeons. So they're using an interesting term here, that he was a Gentile Christian. Okay, there was no such thing as a Christian at that time. Jesus was not a Christian. He was a Jew by birth because his mother was a Jew, a Palestinian Jew. So it's in his bloodline as opposed to a religion of choice that he was a Jew. And he was a Jew who railed against his own religion and culture and told them that he had received a new message. That's what the New Testament is all about. So he wasn't practicing, aside from those practices that we do see and read about him having honored, like the Last Supper, for example, right? That was a Passover meal. A Seder. So this Christian thing's a little odd. Jesus was Christed, meaning he was anointed, but his name was Jesus, and even that's debatable, because the letter J didn't exist either. So his name is Jesus now, I should say, because it's not really debatable. It's a fact that his name couldn't have been Jesus because the letter J didn't exist. All right. So on that note, I just can't leave certain things that I read. I can't leave it on that. And then you think that that's what I believe. That doesn't work for me. All right, so let's go to the dice. Beginning with a weekend away. Yes. And cocktail. Actually, in that regard, the Islamic writing is probably more correct. The Quran is probably the more correct, where they refer to him as Isa instead of Jesus. But I digress. Okay. We're beginning with the wheel. After we do this, I didn't do the dice. I told you what I was starting with, and I didn't have to shuffle them. Spirit says 29. So spiritual partnership, perhaps. Yes. So if you get offered or asked about, would you like to enter some sort of spiritual partnership? Perhaps that's yes. Or if you had another yes or no question in your head, yes, the answer is, if you were pondering. And also dirty movie. So you may do some FaceTime or something. Skype with somebody or something like that. All right, so beginning with the wheel, as I mentioned before, with Archangel Michael, is Major Arcana card 10, a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward and fortune is on your side. My cup runneth over. To connect it right again to that Psalm 23, because I'm not sure what that was about yet. Hopefully we'll find out. The wheel again represents the planet Jupiter in the sign of Sagittarius, which it rules, as well as the fixed signs Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus. Opening to the 5 of air, an unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. So drama, maybe somebody mad because you're coming into fortune. People, misery loves company. And you can tell even some people that you believe to be friends about the good fortune coming your way. Watch their expressions and their responses. If they don't seem happy, they're probably not. If they try to change the subject and they don't want to talk about your success, about you coming up like the 9 of Earth, they're probably not happy for you. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment is what the 9 of Earth is about. It can represent that spending time being too, like being with yourself. When the 9 of Earth shows up, we're encouraged to spend time with ourselves, getting to know ourselves a little bit better, enjoying ourselves, enjoying being with us and learning to like us and love us. It's that sort of thing. So probably connected to that. And opening to Major Arcana card 0, the Dreamer, which is the Fool in the traditional tarot. A leap of faith, follow your dreams, at least unexpected opportunities. In this deck in particular, connected to the signs of Gemini and Virgo for me because it's connected to the planet Mercury because of Metatron, right? Mercury, Metatron, Enoch, Thought, same thing. The wheel, And the Eight of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic. Going back to school. Could also be connected to some sort of energy of Virgo, specifically. The Eight of Earth. The Wheel. One more. Ooh. All right, two more. The Empress. Major Arcana card 3. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. And Major Arcana card 1. The Magician. Archangel Raziel. You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. Come to the King of Earth, generous, professional, responsible, and practical. The King of Earth, a successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch. The King of Earth is a Virgo, like I've been talking about, or perhaps a Capricorn, which I also mentioned. Moon entering Capricorn toward the end of the week. And I'm sorry, the beginning of the week, the start of this reading, the 14th of October. And also Taurus. But it can be anybody. I mean, there's a court card. It can be an actual person in your life, but it can be your own energy, or anybody of any zodiac sign. Just, you know, the direct Earth is a good possibility. Overall energy is the Ace of Water, falling in love with a resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, maybe even a new home. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord. That could be the new home. Crown in the masculine is Major Arcana card 2 or 11. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. The High Priestess with Archangel Haniel. Listen to your intuition. Have patience and carefully review what you want before acting. Twos also represent faith, in addition to partnership. And the High Priestess is somebody who, she's a Gemini, first of all, for me. Could also be a water sign. If she's an air sign, she's definitely a Gemini, like the actual High Priestess. She is about observing and taking information in. You know, she's wise, she's super intuitive. She listens to her gut feelings and her heart, but she also employs her intelligence, and she doesn't necessarily act, you know, on things. She could know, like she knows stuff. You know when you just know? And you know, people don't know you know, but you know? That's who she is, like on a really grand scale. She may act on what she knows or she may not. She's only going to, you know, if it's going to serve a higher purpose. She's surrounded by another 2. The 2 of Water, a relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness and the positive resolution of a conflict. Could definitely be connected to spiritual partnership. Again, 2s represent faith and relationships, partnerships. And we've got 2 here so far. This is the general reading, so it doesn't have to be romantic, although that is a good possibility. But it could be, you know, close friendship. Could be even a business partnership. And maybe you're doing the kind of work that you love. You're really connected to this partnership or to what you know, the work that you guys do. In the masculine subconscious, the 7 of Earth, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. So, like I said, the High Priestess is somebody who doesn't always act. Sometimes she does pause, right, and she waits to see. not in a malicious way or vindictive way, like she's plotting on people. She just doesn't act unless she has to. There's like no need to blow up the spot, basically, you know, unless there is. If it comes up where there's like it's going to serve a higher purpose, then she will. So it can be that kind of pause in action. But with the Seven of Earth also becoming involved, it's like, you know, it's about planting seeds so that you can sow them later. But there should be an expectation, you know, to a certain extent that that's what's going to happen. When we plant seeds, we put them in the ground, put dirt on them, we pour water, they grow. You know, we don't need to question whether or not they do, because that's what they do. That's their function. So it's sort of like that. Like you should just be expecting these things to blossom if you put work into it and effort into it, whatever they represent for you in your life. Counting the feminine, Major Arcana card 8, Justice with Archangel Raguel. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. Major Arcana card Justice represents the sign of Libra and the planet Venus, who rules Libra. Surrounded by the Seven of Air. Plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye and poor timing. I think the 7 was here. Seven of Air was here in last week's reading also. In any case, Seven of Air is about it represents the energy of joy stealing for me. So it could be joy stealing in many ways. It can be you stealing your own joy through a lack of confidence and, you know, lack of self-esteem. You're causing yourself to miss out on different things that could otherwise make you happy, like relationships. You know, you're walking around bitter instead, or afraid, you know, with an ego, with a chip on your shoulder, so you don't want to be honest and truthful and open, and so you blow it. That you stole your own joy, if that's the case. But it can be actual, just like dark, funky energy. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I fear no evil. You don't have to be afraid of it, right? The rod and thy staff, they're right, you know, the two, they're right there to comfort you and protect you. But if you do slip into that, negative energy can come in and can cause you to lose things. It also represents things being stolen, you know, actual, you know, stuff. You lose your keys, you lose some money, you lose whatever. Sitting here under Justice, it could be somebody actually, it could be not somebody necessarily, but negative energy actually trying to cause you to throw you off your game, to lose maybe it's a legal battle, a legal situation. So you got to like stay on your shit with these two having shown up together. Feminine subconscious. Here goes the Capricorn that I talked about too. I fear no evil. Major Arcana card 15, Ego or the Devil. A false sense of entrapment. Being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. This could be something or someone trying to take away the feminine or somebody close to her's freedom. This could really be a legal issue and maybe like a criminal court type of issue. I'm going to take away your freedom and you'll be trapped, go to jail. This can also be, yeah, like a legal case. Something that occurs was like somebody steals something from you. You know, some sort of stolen property. This could represent property. Could also be a divorce. You feel stuck, but you know, you got to handle some sort of, you know, family court issue. And it doesn't have to be an actual legal issue either. Again, it can just be about the theft of joy. And we're capable of doing that to ourselves. It can also be like a loophole or something. Coming back to this. And also with the Devil again here in this, the placement's important too, because with it here, this could just be in your mind. I mean, it's already like in your mind. I'm sorry. I just started hearing Egyptian Holja from my living room. out of nowhere. I don't know what that, I don't know where it's coming from. That's actually my DM's ringtone. It's bizarre. Okay, let me regroup. So the devil, I still hear it. The devil is about the feeling, belief, even perception that we're stuck, that we're trapped. It's not a reality, but then perception, you know, becomes reality for us. So if we hold on to it, then yeah, we're stuck. But if we reject it, rebuke it, then we're not. And so in this placement in particular, which is like the feminine subconscious, it's really just a thought. It's really in just in the perception stage. And these two accompanying it can be saying, like, it's time for you to, like, steal away. Instead of, like, stealing something, steal away. Like, you know, go and be more risky, more daring. Take a chance, maybe on a relationship. I don't know. We'll go a little bit further. Crowning. Ace of Fire. Well, here's an opportunity to do something. So maybe you should, you know, whatever this represents in your life, you're being guided here to take a chance and, you know, on it. An exciting new opportunity. Career advancement. It doesn't have to be career advancement, though. It could be relationship, too. It's something or someone about which you're passionate. You know, so something or someone you would enjoy doing if you took the chance, but you got to be willing to take it. You got to be willing to unstuck yourself, right? Change your life now. At the root, sitting here next to the 7 of Earth, it's the 8 of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic and maybe even going back to school. So it's like, don't steal your chances, or don't let negative energy or like fear, ego, negative energy, right? Negative emotions, negative cause of attachment steal an opportunity from you to learn something new, to better yourself, to improve, a new job, a new school, a new vocation, a new relationship, learning about life, right? The school of hard knocks, the school of experience. Experience is the best teacher. All those cliches. Don't let something take that, you know, opportunity from you. And at the heart of the matter, a 3 of Water, a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement, and the need to have more fun. Don't let anybody steal your joy because they're jealous or something of partnership too. Or try to, I mean, people can't steal your mate, but it can be that sort of, and maybe at the job, maybe specifically at the job, crossing the 8 of Earth, somebody trying to get close to your mate or something like that too. And I would say it's a female or feminine's mate that's at risk. Not somebody trying to take your woman, masculine, but somebody, you know, interested in your man, feminine, and maybe specifically at his job. Other things, with the Ace of Fire crossing the 2 of Water, then definitely can be a new opportunity for a new romantic relationship, close friendship, business partnership. But, you know, 2 people doing something that they really love and that they're putting their heart and soul into, as they say, right? Into their work. And then with the Ace of Fire sitting here atop the 3 of Water, which is also about celebrations and happiness. Yeah. And the 3 of them together, absolutely. The 2 sitting up here could be like, what do I do? Do I take action? Do I decide? Yeah, again, the High Priestess gathers information. She's observant. She'll figure it out and decide, ooh, yeah, let me dive into whatever this is. Having employed my intelligence, my, you know, wisdom, the gut feelings I was getting, what my heart is telling me to do, my emotions, all that stuff. And that's how she picks. This can also be for a relationship to get back together. And again, for the feminine to not rob herself of the opportunity because she's scared, you know, or because of the way that something used to be, because things don't usually go her way. She's guided to take a chance and, you know, have some faith that she will be getting her justice, her just due this time. And that is, you know, a chance to at passion and love. The 3 of Water can represent people coming back into your life. It can be, again, close friends or even a romantic partner. So this is a chance to try again, perhaps. But you know what? Let's clarify. Now, oh, I got to remember, we also had this Ace of Water. How could I have forgotten that? So We got the 1, 2, 3 here, but we got 2 aces involved in this spread, in this reading so far. And again, this can be about partners coming back, right, or reunions, as well as new relationships. And they can be, again, business partnerships and things too. But it's something that's going to make us feel emotionally fulfilled and very happy. We're going to the other deck. Again, I'm beginning with the King of Spring. Now's your moment to step into a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused upon the big picture. The King of Spring is inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise. He's also a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, maybe a Scorpio, Mars, Jupiter. Opening to the Princess of Summer. Sensitive, kind, open-hearted, inexperienced. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or a close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event. Princess of Summer could be a younger water sign. It may be specifically to an older fire sign. Or a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Someone likened to those traits or attributes. These two together alone can be a younger, maybe Scorpio. Since both the King of Spring and the Princess of Summer could represent him. Or somebody with more than one of these, sets of attributes, or Sun, Moon, Rising, different combinations. Princess of Summer and the Princess of Autumn. Cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and mischievous. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as promotion or scholarship, is coming your way. Opportunity, possibly related to work or scholarship. Okay, we'll be celebrating because it's wonderful. It's going to make us happy. It's going to make us feel emotionally fulfilled if we take it up. It's coming your way, and you're guided to seize the chance to learn something exciting or to start a more rewarding and uplifting career. And I'm going to add or relationship. And we have already supporting cards here for that. Princess of Autumn, one more. Major Arcana card number 17, the Star, which represents the planet Uranus, in the sign of Aquarius, which it rules, the water bearer. He leadeth me to the waters. Psalm 23 again. You are about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism, fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. Right? Dwell in the house of the Lord. Goodness and mercy following me all the days of my life. Princess of Autumn. But again, some people might not like that. Some people are envious. Some people want to try you. And there may be some conflicts. Occasionally, you may experience clashes with others. If you decide the matter is worth your energy, then do what you can to minimize the conflict without sacrificing your goals or beliefs. Like, don't blow your opportunity just to, handle this because you feel like somebody, wants some smoke. Here go the smoke right here. You can still walk away. Princess of Autumn. Nice. Coming to Major Arcana card number 7, the Chariot. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition that you're receiving. So if you're getting some opportunity, a promotion, again, maybe something having to do with work that somebody else doesn't want you to have, or some negative energy, dark energy doesn't want you to have. So you're going to have to shake that off, because it could be, again, your own fear and worry and stuff. Like, can I handle it? Can I do this job? All that sort of thing. You got to focus, right? And remember that you've earned it. You planted the seeds, and that's why it has, you know, you have something to sow now. The Chariot also about movement, literal, figurative, right, metaphorical. So you could be moving into a new home, a new place, a new job. It's about victory too, the Chariot. It's about taking control of your own life. Maybe somebody else had been running you around like a fool, and now, you know, you're in the driver's seat. You're, you know, taking the lead in your own life. With these butterflies here, could be definitely connected again to the energy of Scorpio, although the Chariot represents the sign of Cancer in the tarot. With these two identical horses, I'm even feeling Gemini too, the twins. It's connected to modes of transportation also. Planes, trains, automobiles, a new ride. Right? Maybe an opportunity for something like that. New car. I'm not feeling anything negative, but sometimes it can be connected to like getting pulled over and stuff. So if that were to happen, I'd say it would be on the side of the feminine. Again, somebody trying to steal your joy, you know, even if it's just a moment, a cop pulling you over or something. Just watch your speed. And if you have to park and you live in a city where you got to pay for parking, make sure you put something in the meter and all that kind of stuff this week. All right. Overall energy is the moon, major arcana card number 18, the moon, which represents the sign of Pisces. It's important to trust your intuition, even if you're unsure of what's happening. All will be revealed soon, so worry is unnecessary. And that's the important message, I think. Because this definitely could represent worry. Worry is unnecessary. A top major arcana card, the High Priestess. We have another Justice. So now we have Justice mirroring Justice. Fair decisions will be made after all the evidence is reviewed impartially. Have compassion for others and try to see all the sides of a disagreement. So isn't that what I just described? The High Priestess is all about doing. She likes to, you know, take everything in, weigh everything, review everything fairly, and put everything into it. You know, all of the possible information she could. Again, major arcana card Justice represents the planet Venus and the sign of Libra, which she rules. Surrounding the masculine atop the Two of Water is the Two of Water. Boom! Right? You're falling in love or experiencing a deepening of emotion in your current relationship. Marriages or romantic partnerships in distress can still be saved. Don't give up. I love having two twos of cups here. Atop the Seven of Earth is major arcana card, the Hermit. Take time for contemplation, to retreat and to go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. So this is sort of like what I was describing about the whole month of Heshvan, which we're in right now, began yesterday. And taking time to just be and to be with yourself and, you know, meditating. That's a means help you come into some sort of enlightenment. The Hermit is interested in doing, or to learning. It's sitting here next to the Eight of Earth, which is about learning. You could be needing to learn more about yourself and your wants, your desires, your goals. All that could be connected to the Hermit. The Hermit also represents the sign of Virgo. Crowning the feminine, atop major arcana card number 8, Justice, is the Dreamer. You're starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith, which is one of the things that I was already feeling and described to you guys. I said it could be about the feminine, you know, taking a risk, taking a leap, and just going after an opportunity, as opposed to letting her fears and ego, pride maybe, get the best of her. She is surrounded by, atop this Seven of Swords, the Queen of Winter, experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny. All your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and to disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. There could be something or someone like that too in your life that you need to cut off. Queen of Swords or Queen of Winter style. The Queen of Winter is an Aquarius, Libra, like the Justice that showed up here twice, or Gemini. Atop Major Arcana card 15, the Devil, is Major Arcana card 19, the Sun. Your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments that you so richly deserve. Major Arcana card, the Sun, represents in the tarot the sign of Sagittarius, which is the energy with which I started. And I started talking about the sign of Sagittarius entering the moon tomorrow, the 12th, before it enters the Devil on the 14th. Capricorn, rather. Can also represent the sign of it could be any of the fire signs, but I would say in order, next would be Leo, because the actual sun, Earth's star in the sky, the sun rules the sign of Leo. But the sun makes everything better. Mirroring the Hermit, it's definitely about coming into some sort of enlightenment. And again, there can be specifically a Virgo involved. And I have like the date 9/19 here, which is significant to me in connection with Virgo, at least. I think I mentioned that last week. Some of the dates that I think are possibilities, and that I've actually put have actually substantial evidence supporting possible real birthdays for Jesus. 9/19 would be one, and then we have this 8 of Earth, which I had mentioned. I was feeling Virgo from it early on in the reading. It's sitting here in between them. So that could be something. But coming into some sort of enlightenment. The sun makes everything better. If anybody was going through like maybe surgery or something this week too, with the 7 of Swords, that being successful, or needing some sort of surgery and or radiation, chemo, x-rays, sonograms, and maybe you were worried about that, but that's going to be fine too. Crowning atop the Ace of Fire, Major Arcana card, the Empress. Time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. So we basically have Venus again showing up. So she's across this whole board, right? The Justice here, the Empress here, Justice here. All of those represent Venus, the goddess and planet of abundance, period. Love, money, all of that. We have her on top of the opportunity, telling us to take a leap of faith at it. So I think that that's a go. This situation can also involve some sort of party of 3. But I think from a more positive, because we've got 2 3s, one on top of the other, with the 3 of water being here. But I think that third 3 can definitely be the universe, God, spirit, however you want to look at it. Sort of your own personal trinity. More so than some other kind of party of 3. But at the same time, there going to be some of those too, and maybe particularly in the life of the feminine, somebody or something that needs to be cut off or addressed. Again, with the Queen of Water sitting here, Queen of Winter rather, Swords sitting here atop the 7 of Swords, crossing this 3 and sitting next to the other 3. A third something may need to be cut out or cut off. Atop the 8 of Earth here at the root is the 6 of Spring. You may receive a promotion. Okay, connected to this thing where I said an opportunity may be coming in terms of work, which is sitting here underneath the opportunity, the Ace of Wands or Spring. Now we're getting another confirmation. You may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find out that you're singled out for special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention. So for those to whom that applies, there you go. Reconfirmation again. And at the heart of the matter, atop that 3 of water, 3 of cups, the 8 of winter. Interesting. It's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. Trust that God will lift you to new heights and give you a greater sense of self-confidence. Remember I said this can be self-confidence, low self-esteem, low confidence. Now it's sitting next to this low confidence, right? Trust that God can raise that self-confidence, give you a greater one, if you first affirm your freedom. So you have to decide that you're breaking free from this energy and instead moving toward this, leaving, you know, the darkness for the light. That's up to you, feminine. Same thing with the masculine, right? You're going within to decide what you want and maybe to come to a realization that you're not trapped, that you are free, that you don't have to be a part of a party of 3 if you're not interested in being part of a party of 3. You can be part of a 3 plus 8 equals 11 or 2, like you appear to want to. That's up to you. In either case, it's important that we do the right thing. And by the right thing, I don't mean by societal standards. I mean, again, what's in your heart, what's in your soul, what your intuition tells you, what your wisdom tells you, what your intelligence tells you is the appropriate thing to do. What your gut is telling you to do in terms of jumping out on faith toward an opportunity. On that note, one just jumped out on the table by itself, so I'll put it there for, it'll be shared among masculine and feminine. Oh, look at this. I didn't even shuffle the Angels of Abundance cards again. I pre-shuffled them, of course, but I had forgotten that the overall energy or the beginning energy was raise or promotion. So that supports what we've seen here thus far too. Congratulations, an increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is as a result of your positive focus and your willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Boom! Following that intuition again, wisdom, intuition, emotion, follow it. And then you're going to reap the benefits. Keep up the good work. Further advice to the masculine from that deck. Angels of Abundance. Have courage to ask for and to accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength and is accepting it as it's offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as to give it to others when you're guided. Feminine to us from the Angels of Abundance. Cooperation instead of competition. So that, again, there could be something funky at work and somebody trying to steal our joy, promotion rather, accolades, limelight, right? Steal the spotlight from us. Or we could be trying to do that, and it's important that we don't. That, you know, we don't participate in that. What's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete, and there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. Yeah, I keep getting pulled back to this 7 of Swords and Justice, because it could be like, again, like I said, loopholes, like doing something maybe underhanded for a win. So be on the lookout or aware of that too. To the masculine, the 2 of Air. Another 2 for you guys. You guys got so many. You got these 2 2s here. The High Priestess is a 2. Now you got this one. Being unable or unwilling to make a decision. A stalemate. Pretending there's no problem. Maybe I'll give you a clarifier for this. But it is like energy of inaction, basically. Which in itself is an action. Is a decision. Right? You need to make a decision. And you do decide to do nothing. That's a decision. People forget that. Feminine. Ooh. Not really a fan of this one. I mean, it's not horrible, but, you know, it's not great either. It's pessimism, doubt, fear, sort of. Probably connected to this. Missing an opportunity. Discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Get your eyes and your focus off this Three of Cups that's sitting here next to... It's funny. The Three of Cups is here with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is very much like the Devil to me, except for the Devil's major arcana and the Eight of Swords is minor. That's the only difference as far as I'm concerned. They're both about a false sense of entrapment and feeling stuck when you're really not. Get your eyes off these Three Cups that are here, connected with this energy of being stuck, and unstick yourself and go for your one, the Ace of Cups that we started with, that we have as an overall energy. Focus on that, and then you won't miss an opportunity. From the Animal Tarot to the Masculine, Eight of Summer. You feel that there's more to life than what you're living, so it's time to move on. You may be moving from a situation that isn't good for you, or perhaps you're being drawn to what would make you happy. Either way, you're in control. I just got pulled back to this with Justice crossing the Eight of Swords. There could definitely be a legal matter for the masculine too. But there's a need for him to remain in faith with it sitting atop major arcana card, the High Priestess, which is a 2, which represents faith. Need to remain in faith that everything's going to work out, and he'll instead be, you know, end up in a happy situation rather than, you know, in jail or something. I don't know who needed to hear that, but it's for somebody. Okay, and from the Animal Tarot to the Feminine, the Princess of Autumn, cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and mischievous. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion, scholarship, is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn something exciting or to start a more rewarding and uplifting career. So again, we have so much evidence that something is coming the feminine's way. It may be at her job. It may have to do with school. It may have to do with relationships. But it's an opportunity for her to take a step forward in her life in some way that is going to be beneficial. But she has to be willing to do it. It's basically summation of that. And at the heart, the one that we were going to share, because it chose to jump out on the table by itself. So for both the masculine and the feminine, boom! How's that to end? As a note to end upon. The wheel with which we started with Archangel Michael. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. It had been stuck. It had been going nowhere. Maybe been in a legal battle for a long time or something. And you just want it to be over. You're waiting for a settlement. You just want it to be over. It's about to move. Fortune is on your side. Things are working out. Again, the wheel represents the planet Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius, and also connected to the energy of the fixed signs, and in this case, the positive aspects of those signs, because this is about fortune being on your side. Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, and who am I leaving out? Leo. So maybe some extra benefits for you guys that are associated with those signs. Although we've seen wonderful things for everybody. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the reading. I'll be back with love shortly. And I think I'm going to premiere these at specific times. So be on the lookout if you're on my... Well, you won't know about this one. But for the next one, be on the lookout. My Facebook page and maybe my IG. I'll be trying to announce at what time I'm going to premiere the videos, since YouTube has given me an opportunity to do that. And those of us who did it last week together, I think really enjoyed it. We got to talk, chat with each other live as we watched the videos together. Also, I got to ask you guys, first of all, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And then those of you who don't mind sharing, I have to ask you to please share. And the reason I have to do that is because something else is screwy with the people trying to steal our joy and our opportunity for information from me, the Queen of Swords, to share with you guys this stuff. Something going on with my YouTube channel where not everybody, but some of you, in visiting my channel, couldn't even find the love reading on the list. Like, I had to send it to you manually, and I only could do that to people that told me. If you don't know about it, so somebody who's never watched one of my videos is not going to know. Well, let me go to a random channel and ask her, or a Facebook place, and ask her to send me a link to the video that I don't know I need to see. You know, so a lot of people missed out on seeing the love reading last week as a result of that. So they wouldn't have if we had shared. That's why I'm asking you to do it. Also, if you have already subscribed, please do check to make sure the notification bell is checked off and that you're getting notifications. That was YouTube's explanation, which didn't make sense. I'm like, are you looking at the screenshot that I sent you where people are not seeing it on my list at all? That has nothing to do with clicking on the bell, but that's what they kept writing back. Anyway, please click on the bell and the notification button, and like the video, especially if you truly liked the video. Please actually like the video and come back for more. Namaste.